When I shook his hand to say hello, I could tell he was a pitcher. He still has that good grip. I want to welcome to the program Gene Nalbandian. He was a former Cubs pitcher and author. Thanks for joining us. And Laguna Woods resident, of course.
Yes, I've been here 3 years now.
Yeah. How do you like it here? How do you?
I love the environment, love the people.
Yeah.
I love the activities here. I'm in a lot of activities. Play golf twice a week. So
There you go.
Nice.
There you go. All you pitchers, you always have your off days. You always had time for golf.
Well, I play with a guy, a Korean guy, my buddy named Sang Chung. He's played the Masters 27 times.
Oh, you got to
And he's played with Palmer and
Wow.
Trevino and some of the greats. So I play with him.
Not at all
Friday.
intimidating.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about your career. I mean, you didn't grow up out here, right? Your family grandparents immigrated from Turkey?
Yes, and my dad was born in Connecticut, my mother in Fresno. I grew up in Fresno, and I lived there till I was 20, until I finished college. And after college, I was a good player in college, so I played in semi-pro ball, and then we played in the amateur baseball tournament.
Yeah.
And I pitched against the Fresno State team that I was on. We lost in the College World Series in '58. I struck out 20 guys in that game.
All your teammates?
Yeah, I struck them all out. And then 2 days later, my coach says, we're playing the Cheney Cubs from Washington, one of the #1 teams in semi-pro baseball. I pitched on 2 days rest, struck out 16, and we lost in 16 innings. They took me out for a pinch hitter, and then Giants wanted to sign me to Phillies, Kansas City. So the Cubs heard about me and flew me out to Los Angeles to pitch in Wrigley Field against Dale Crandall's Milwaukee Brewers. So they asked me to be the starting pitcher. I pitched 3 innings and struck out 7 out of 9, and the Cubs signed me to a bonus contract. And that's how I went directly from college to the major leagues.
That's incredible. Now, you have a picture of your signing here. We have it up on the screen right now. And what was that like to be signed? I mean, was that a dream of yours growing up, or did you? I'm sure you played baseball in Little League and that kind of thing. Did you always say someday this might be a pathway for me?
I didn't have Little League when I grew up, but I always visualized I wanted to be a baseball player because I used to listen to Ronald Reagan on the radio recreating games.
Okay, yeah.
And I could visualize what it was like playing in all the parks, and I used to follow all the players. And my dream came true. So whatever you can conceive and believe, you can achieve.
Absolutely.
Really.
What was it like that first time you pitched against you were signed, you were pitching in a professional game? What was that like going out there taking the mound that day?
It was exciting. It was nervous. I tell you, I was with a historic team. Back in '62, I was with the Cubs when Mr. Wrigley introduced the 8-manager system. We had rotating managers every month. So Charlie Grimm was our manager. So I pitched in the first game was against rookies from the Giants. And then as the season progressed and I was doing well, the day before spring training was going to break, so I was going to make the roster, I was pitching against the San Francisco Giants, their starting lineup. I'll never forget it. And they told me how to pitch to these guys. The first hitter was a guy named Chuck Hiller.
A little scouting report on everybody?
Yeah, they said he can't hit it low and away. The third baseman was the second hitter, Jim Davenport. They said he can't hit the curveball. The third hitter was a gud named McCovey. And they said, you got to be real careful.
Don't pitch him. Walk him if you have to.
And then the fourth hitter was Willie Mays, and they said, throw it and duck, baby. But I pitched 5 innings against the Giants and shut them out.
Wow.
And at the end of the 5th inning, I had a pop in my arm. And when I went back out to pitch the 6th inning, I went out to pick up the ball, and I couldn't pick up the ball. And nobody knew what happened. So they took me out of the game, and so they tried to put me in rehab and everything. And finally, as the season progressed, they put me on the disabled list and then released me.
Right.
And I tried to come back, but
But you're a young man. You're still a young man, and so many baseball players and professional athletes, they have that second career, and you actually have written a couple books. And I want to talk about that before we run out of time. Tell me about your books and what inspired both of them. One is obviously a very personal and tragic story.
well, my first book was because it was more of a catharsis. My youngest boy was a world-class surfer, and he OD'd on drugs. And it was part of the culture of young kids that start smoking marijuana, and they got it from their parents. And then when my son died, it was so devastating to me. I was trying to understand why. Because we were a Christian family, and I raised all my kids believing in the Lord. And so it took me 2 years, and I wrote the book. And my college roommate said, "Gene, you got to publish this book." So I did, and it became a bestseller. The book has sold over 50,000 copies, and it's still going. It's on Amazon, but I sell it a lot cheaper on my website. And so I wrote another book called Believing is Possible. It just came out now, and I'm writing my third book on adversity.
Yeah. What do you think you learned from that first book in terms of, like you said, it was Lamentations. It was you kind of looking back inwardly about what happened and what the whole thing was? Because I'm sure you didn't have a lot of answers when that happened to your son.
You look at yourself and you realize that every experience you have in life becomes a teaching moment. And that's what I learned about myself. I learned that I can grow, and I had an inner potential that started to evolve because I got confidence in myself, and I trusted myself. So I think the Lord has really blessed my life. I've had a full life. I've been a successful CEO, and so I'm in a good place now. I'm going to turn 89 Friday, but I tell everybody, they said, "Geez, you're old." I said, "No, I'm too busy to get old."
Keep moving, keep going. And you get your third book coming out. And so if people want to find out more information, they can go to your website and they can take a look at your books and your little bit of your history and things like that.
If you don't mind, it's gene-books.com. And if you buy the book, it's about 40% cheaper than buying it on Amazon. And I'll sign the book for you, and the shipping is free.
There you go. Absolutely. Well, Gene, I want to thank you so much for coming in, former Cubs pitcher and almost semi-professional golfer here in Laguna Woods. Thank you for joining us for today. I appreciate it. You're watching This Day. I'll be right back here with Bree in a minute.